Today, we're going to be taking a look at some things you may have missed on your first watch of GTA 6 trailer number 2. So, our very first scene is clearly from the Keys. We've got some bright blue water, some houses up on stilts to protect from that storm surge, and bam, right off the bat, we've got a Vapid truck. So, Vapid was an automaker from GTA 5, obviously returning here in 6, and typical Florida truck here. Giant truck, lifted, mud tires, big meaty, king of the road type stuff. So obviously very cool. But yeah, Jason's up here. I think this is going to end up being Jason and Lucia's house. Maybe you start off that way. I'm not sure. He's working on some repairs up there, and he gets the business from this guy. Seems like it might be some sort of a landlord or something. By the way, dude is absolutely jacked. But we're going to head into town. And actually, one thing I didn't notice at the very first, this is like some crystal shop or something here. And he smacks this guy across the face, backhands him, basically knocks him out. He's rolling around the floor in the background, and Jason steals the cash. So we know there's kind of a Bonnie and Clyde type thing going on, robbing places. So maybe this is how they're getting by to start. In the next clip, we're on the interstate headed north into Miami, and I just thought this was a really cool clip. Like, this looks so realistic. You've got trucks pulling jet skis. You've got old school beat up trucks with rednecks hanging out in the bed of the truck. Like, this is stuff you see in Florida all the time. It's such a big melting pot of all sorts of different lifestyles, and I think that's going to be a theme when it comes to this story. Is obviously Jason and Lucia start off down in the dirt, out of the mud, and they work their way up. The plane flying overhead is so cool, heading into Vice City International. We're getting it on the beach. The girls are Myron, and we're going to grab a six-pack. Now, I did think this was kind of cool. A homeless guy outside of the gas station. The level of realism here for Florida is pretty accurate. Looks like this could be kind of a rougher part of town. Looks like we've got some police activity, maybe some gang activity, some people not getting along. Then we're going to head to the penitentiary. Looks like Lucia's getting out. So these two were together before Lucia got locked up. She got locked up. Jason waited for her. And here we are, the big reunion moment. I would assume this is probably pretty early on in the game. But that's got to be pretty cool. I wonder how long she was in for. I think we've got some hints as to what they could have been doing. We know what they're doing right here. My goodness. Okay, getting a little intense. Look at this, dude. It almost looks like in some of those scenes, she kind of runs the roost here, enjoying some Modelo's, watching the sunset. Now, this part right here was really interesting. So I think Brian's going to be a major player in this story and a really good friend of ours. We see him a couple of times in the trailer, but he's got a boat works and marina, and you can see we are loading up some sort of box onto a float plane. And obviously float planes, they can land on land, they can land on water, they can kind of land anywhere, so they're a little bit harder to track. So I think we're getting into some of the business side of things and maybe how we start making some money. Nothing sketchy about this orange suitcase going into the float plane. We've got some community service, probably a part of our parole. I think that was Brian right there at the bar. You can see these two getting along. All of a sudden, I forgive the 12 years it took to make this game. But yeah, we see some more of these two. It's going to be cool to see their relationship unfold. They're going to 9-9, which is this universe's version of 11, which is a strip club, which is going to be a lot of fun. We've got some police activity here. They might be on to whatever riffraff we've got going on with Brian. Some random characters and stuff popping off. Dude, this just looks so insane. He's walking around the house with his heater. Obviously, things start kind of going south here. We do have the manatees in the game, which is obviously Vice City's version of the Dolphins. This clip is absolutely ridiculous. This looks like something out of like a Jason Bourne movie or something. Very excited to see whatever this mission ends up being. And then right after that, we actually see a dually that's pulling some sort of a crate or a safe or something. So maybe we've got a bank heist, maybe I have no idea. But again, this looks like it's out of a movie. I said in my initial reaction, this looks like something out of a Fast and the Furious movie. So lots of high insane action. Also lots of PDA. These two are really into each other. I love that for them. That's great. We see some cars here. Obviously, I mean, South Beach is known for its cars. So I think that the vehicle side of things is going to be bigger and better than ever before in GTA. Very excited for that. This is actually a real life hotel. This is the Clevelander. So you can see kind of a real life versus GTA comparison here. And as we end off the trailer here, we're going to see a little bit more cake. That's not all the cake we see, though. It's great. We've got a PS5 controller on the thing there. At least it kind of looks like it. She's coming back from her community service. These two are really loving on each other. We've got airboats. We've got sea sharks. Those things are back. Yacht parties. There's that float plane again. Jumping onto moving vehicles. A lot more cake. Feel like I played that back in the original Vice City, more of jumping on vehicles. And there's our boy Brian again. I think he's going to be a big part of the story. I'm very excited to see. It almost seems like he's going to be kind of like our Lester or something. So there you guys have it. a little more detailed breakdown of this trailer. I'm very, very excited about it. If you guys spotted anything, please let me know down in the comments. And I just can't wait for May.